It didn't work because some form of hydrates, in other words, the natural gas coming out 5,000, right? 5,000 feet below the ground?
Yeah.
5 miles or whatever it is?
1 mile.
1 mile, 5,000 feet below the ground. It was so pressurized that it crystallized. And when it crystallized, it created almost like a clog, and it didn't let the oil come out. Chad, can you explain? Chad Myers is here.
Sure.
Explain to us what happened.
Can of air spray. I would clean out your computer with it, right?
Right.
If it's on the bottom of the ocean and it's an oil drill, you know, oil comes out, right? Okay,
yeah.
Now, I take it here. I take it to this thermometer. This thermometer in the studio right now is 68 degrees. I do that to this thermometer.
Right.
For what, 5 seconds? I'm down to 8 degrees, 4. I'm below 0. I'm down 25 degrees below 0 right now.
So it's cold down there.
It's cold because the gas escapes. And when the gas escapes, I can freeze my finger. So this is what's coming out of the ground is expanding when it comes out of the ground. As a gas expands, it gets colder. And it blow off your soup. That's what you're doing. You're making your mouth do this. Blow off your soup. Your air gets colder.
So it has more of
Talk to this BP guy.
More of a chance of crystallizing.
Absolutely. It's so cold down there.
All right,
Never been this deep.
Let's bring in, as you say, the BP guy. This is John Curry. He's the Director of External Affairs. Mr. Curry, it's very brazen of you to come on because I know you guys are getting a lot of guff right now, aren't you?
We are trying very hard, Rick, and yes, there's always an opportunity to try harder.
Listen, I was talking to a couple of engineers last night, and they said, you know, we kind of had a feeling this thing wasn't going to work because when you go down that low at 5,000 feet, you're going to have problems like crystallization. Is there... Some people would say, you should have known that. If they knew that, you should have known that. Why didn't you know that?
Well, we did. We knew there were some issues with hydrates. It could be issues with hydrates at that water depth, and we talked about it. But the large amount of volume inside that containment dome caused the rapid buildup of hydrates within it, and it caused it to be a bit clogged and a bit buoyant. So now we're going with a smaller containment dome.
What about the beginning of this? I mean, you know, it almost is starting to look like we were trying to pump oil so low. Obviously, you guys have had a lot of success, people all over the world have, with pumping out oil at maybe depths that weren't quite, you know, a mile below the surface. But now, when you have a problem a mile below the surface, you're more apt to have all of these problems. Did you truly take all of this into account when you decided that you were going to be drilling all the way down there among them, as they say down in the South?
We definitely took all the requirements and rules and regulations in the application process with the MMS. And so now our focus is really trying to figure out what we can do to stop the flow of oil at the source.
And you don't have an answer for that.
We are continuing to develop options. You know, we have the top hat options.
You know, as an American and as a person, as a news person, when I hear you say you're continuing to develop options, Chad, how many barrels are being released, or how many gallons are being released as they're considering options?
Well, there's still 200,000.
And Rick, the disappointment and the anger is certainly understandable, and those of us here who are trying to work very hard to stop the flow of oil certainly empathize with that. This is really kind of unprecedented at this level, at the 5,000-foot level. So we're doing everything we can to come up with viable options that we can engineer and vet with the Coast Guards and the other Unified Command folks here so that we can stop it.
No, I get it. Look, and you know, I know this is not the time to beat you up because you're in the middle of this thing still, but as a guy who grew up in Florida and who loves my beaches, I feel for the folks down there because they're looking at a possibility that they might not have the same beaches they used to be in. Chad?
Hey, John, this is Chad. This is not the deepest well you've ever dug, right?
The industry has gone deeper, correct.
Yeah, sure.
But not you guys.
No, we have. We've gone deeper.
You have gone deeper?
Yeah.
So you can do this?
Can do...
You can, I mean, you feel like this is a viable option of drilling this deep, or is this an anomaly, this situation that we're in now?
The industry has drilled much deeper for a number of years. The industry has continued to step out from the shallow water of the Gulf of Mexico into deeper and deeper and deeper waters, and to provide the energy that our country needs.
John Curry, we're out of time, sir, but my thanks to you nonetheless for being on and trying to take us. Good luck. We're all pulling for you, obviously. And here's Wolf Blitzer now. He's in the Situation Room. Wolf, take it away.